morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please let's give the graduates a round of applause, even at the match inside. Yeah, it was a well-deserved victory. I can tell you that this set of graduates came in 2014, wrote more than 100 courses, spent more than 200 hours writing exams than the former tutorials. Mr. Who arrived, given us, we acknowledge the coming in of the Registrar, Pharmacist Council of Nigeria, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Benin, and the Dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Benin. Shall we arise?
Don't give them
Mr. Wall, sit down. Thank you very much.
That's too long. How do you do this guy? Why do you break that text? The text too long. Okay, it's too long, don't worry. I know how we do.
You can reduce the text size.
I'll
Break some and come to
no. I don't need to.
Good morning, everybody. You're welcome to the 45th oath-taking induction ceremony of the Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Benin for the 2019-2020 Pharmacy graduates. Now we want to recognize the people in the high table. First of all, the chairman of this ceremony. No other person but our VC, Professor L.I. Salami, ably represented by Professor M.O. Ebomoyi, a member of council and the former dean of basic medical science. Can we give her a round of applause? Also on our list is the #1 pharmacist in Nigeria, the Registrar of Pharmacists Council of Nigeria, Dr. Elijah Mohammed. Can we give him a round of applause? Welcome, sir. We also want to welcome the host of this ceremony, our amiable dean, Faculty of Pharmacy, no other person but Professor M.U. Uwaru. Now we'll be bringing some persons to join them in the high table. First on my list is pharmacist Osita Fidelis Idemili, the fellow of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, representing the Board of Fellows. Please come to the high table, sir, representing the Board of Fellows. And also coming to the high table to join me is another pharmacist, the fellow of Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, pharmacist Akamu Tunde. Please, can we give him a round of applause? The MD of Untitled Pharmacy, is also representing the Board of Fellows. Thank you very much. Now I would like to welcome the chairman of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Induction Chapter, the person of Dr. Inadege Osareti, the fellow of the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacy. Please, let's welcome him to the high table. Please, a round of applause for our chairman. Okay, also to the high table, we'll be welcoming the head of local government administrations to acting chairman, Oriomo Local Government, Abuja, Edo State, the person of Dr. Francis Odidien. Can we give him a round of applause even as he comes to the high table? Now I want to acknowledge the presence of our teachers. These are professors or professors. First on my list, I would like to acknowledge the presence of a one-time dean in the Faculty of Pharmacy, a professor of pharmaceutical chemistry, the person of Professor C.O. Osifo. Can we give him a round of applause? We also want to acknowledge the presence of a professor of clinical pharmacy and pharmacy practice. In fact, we call Azuka Obara. Come on, let's give him a round of applause. Also, when you talk about herbs, no other person is the master of herbs, a professor of pharmacognosy, a teacher of teachers, the person of Professor Ainde. Can we give him a round of applause? We also want to acknowledge the presence of a professor of medical pharmacy and pharmacy practice. In fact, when he teaches you pharmacokinetics, if you forget, maybe you need an intervention. The person of Professor, they call him Prince too, Ehije Enato. Can we give him a round of applause? Now I also want to acknowledge the presence of another one-time dean, a professor of professors, the professor of pharmaceutical microbiology, a two-time dean in this faculty, the person of Professor J.O. Akirele. Let's give him a round of applause. Now I want to welcome, we call him the mother of pharmaceutics and pharmaceutical technology. The current HOD, in fact, she has been HOD several times. The person of Professor Mrs. Florence Eche. Can we give her a round of applause? Now I also want to acknowledge the presence of the HOD of clinical pharmacy, the head of the Department of Clinical Pharmacy and Pharmacy Practice. She's a mother, she's a teacher. No other person was Dr. Mrs. Stella Osifo. Can we give her a round of applause? Now I want to recognize the presence of the mother in the house. She's a pharmacist. No other person but Mrs. Regina Agenta, the MD of Agro-AC Pharmacy, June 12, Benin City. University of Benin, Benin City. Thank you, ma'am. I also want to acknowledge the presence of our faculty officer, the person of Mr. Obaseki. Let's give him a round of applause. Now we'll still continue to recognize the presence of our teachers, the staff, both academics and non-academics. We'll take this recognition as the come. However, we'll be taking the opening prayer this time. We'll be taking the opening prayer this time. Shall we all rise? Shall we all rise even as we take the opening prayer? After the opening prayer, we're going to take the National Anthem and followed by the Univerity Anthem. I'll be calling on the HOD of Clinical Pharmacy and Pharmacy Practice, Dr. Mrs. Stella Osifo, to help us with the opening prayer.
We pray in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Our Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this great day that you have made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. We thank you for sparing us, sparing our lives. We thank you for the lives of our children that you have protected and spared the past 6 years that we've been with this institution. All glory and honor be unto you, O Lord, in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, we commit all our activities today into your able hands. We ask, O God, that you come and be with us. And let everything that we do today bring joy, bring glory and honor to your name, in the mighty name of Jesus. As many that are still on their way, grant them journey mercy. Even when we finish, as our parents go back, every other duty, grant them safety and journey mercy as well. Let your name be honored always. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed.
Now let's take the National Anthem. On the last page of your program, you have the Univerity Anthem. We'll take the first stanza. 1, 2, go. Thank you very much. And we have a seat.
I want to track it to that. Oh, Jesus.
Thank you very much. Now we'll be welcoming to the high table the former director in NAFDAC, pharmacist, Maureen Egikeni. Can we give her a round of applause? And we also recognize the presence of one-time HOD of pharmacognosis and a former faculty timetable officer in the Faculty of Pharmacy, the president of pharmacists, Osas Umarubi. Can we give him a round of applause? Also to come to the high table is the chairman, board of trustees of the Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Benin, alumni, the person of pharmacist Solomon Agboba. Can we give him a round of applause? The distinguished alumni of the Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Benin. And also to the high table is the president of the Alumni Association of Nigeria, Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Benin alumni, the person of pharmacist, Kingsley Odia. Please can we take him to the high table? Now let's recognize the presence of one of the fathers in pharmacy. Is already in the high table. The person of pharmacist, Nailad Momodu. Can we give him a round of applause? The fellow of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Thank you very much. Now, I'd like to also recognize the presence of a professor of pharmacology and toxicology. The professor of professors, the teacher of teachers. I'd like to recognize him, the person of Professor Ray Ozola. Can we give him a round of applause? Now we call this very one I want to introduce the mother of pharmacology. No other person but Professor Mrs. Zam Uweku. Can we give her a round of applause? Then I also want to recognize the presence of the former professor of pharmaceutical chemistry, no other person but Professor. Now I also want to welcome to the high table. I want to welcome to the high table the head of Department of Pharmacy, Department, University of Benin Teaching Hospital, the person of Dr. Mrs. Edith O. Yowin. Can we recognize her presence even as she comes to the high table? Thank you very much, ma'am. Now, without wasting much time, we would like to welcome the host. Thank you very much, man. Now, to the high table as well, is the head of Department, Pharmacy, Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Selu, person of Pharmacist, Mrs. Mary Bao. Can we recognize her presence even as she comes to the high table? Thank you very much, man. Now, we want to welcome the Dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy, the person of Professor M.U. Uwahu, for his opening remark. Can we give him a round of applause?
The Vice Chancellor of the University of Benin, Professor Mrs. Lillian Salami, ably represented by Professor Mrs. Maureen Ebonwin, the author of the University of Benin, Dr. Victor Evangelist, ably represented by Dr. Dominic Opechi, the Registrar, Pharmaceutical Science of Nigeria, Dr. Elijah Mohammed, the keynote address speaker, Pharmacy Mrs. Dr. Bakari, the chairman, Pharmacy Society of Nigeria, Edo State, Dr. David Society in Agege, all professors present, all fellows of Pharmacy Society of Nigeria present, and also all fellows of West Africa Directory. The chairman, Board of Trustees, Dr. Solomon Babwad, the president of Univerity Pharmacy Alumni, Dr. Pharmacist Kingsley Odia, ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am most delighted to welcome everyone to the 2019-2020 O-Takings of Induction ceremony of the new set of graduate students from the Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Benin. The topic of this year's keynote address, Pharmacy Practice in COVID-19 era, Silver Lining in the Cloud, is topical with the current pandemic because the pharmacy profession has a leading role to play in the fight to curb the spread of coronavirus and put an end to its devastating effects. I am confident that the keynote address speaker, Pharmacy Mrs. the careful message of the pharmacy in the health with over 450 members. Donation of simulation and other equipment worth $23,000 to the Faculty of Pharmacy by Univerity Faculty of Pharmacy alumni in the diaspora. Donation of a brand new 15-seater bus to the faculty by Univerity Faculty of Pharmacy Alumni Association. Renovation of student toilet facilities attached to lecture theatre in the old Faculty of Pharmacy building by Pharmacy Chukwu Emeka Ubi, an alumnus of the pharmacy class of 1985. This was facilitated by Professor Patrick Benadua of the Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, who is the Dean of Student Affairs. Repainting of the old pharmacy building by Pharmacy Chukwu Emeka Ubi, an alumnus of pharmacy class of 1995, led by Pharmacy Kingsley Odia, the President of Univerity Faculty of Pharmacy Alumni Association. Donation of 42 horsepower unit air conditioner in lecture theaters 1 and 2 by an alumnus of the Faculty of Pharmacy by Pharmacy Chukwu Emeka Ubi, an alumnus of the pharmacy class of 1995. This was also facilitated by Professor Patrick Benadua of the Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, who is the Dean of Student Affairs. Donation of textbooks and 2 desktop computers to the faculty by pharmacy class of 1985. Scholarship award, payment of school charges to some indigent pharmacy undergraduate students by Pharmacy Kusakawa Urubame, an alumnus of pharmacy class of 1992. Scholarship award, payment of school charges to 39 indigent pharmacy students by 2 alumni in pharmacy class of 1992. This was facilitated by Dr. Mrs. Josephine Ofwemu, acting head of the Department of Pharmacology. Plans are ongoing by Univerity Faculty of Pharmacy alumni to build a 500-bed space hostel for pharmacy students and establish a state-of-the-art Central Pharmacy Research Laboratory in Faculty of Pharmacy. Furnishing and installation of air conditioners and state-of-the-art chairs in the seminar room by the university. Resource verification has been obtained from National University Commission to run the FAMD program. Orientation program for underlevel students has been conducted in collaboration with staff from Guidance and Counseling Unit of the university. Reactivation of Dean Student Forum and interactive session between the Dean and the students of the Faculty of Pharmacy. Replacement of broken windows, overheat, and installation of giant wall fans in all the lectures.
Social programs, clinical programs for staff and for the patients, and even counseling, just counseling patients, because you could see the look on most of the patients' faces. they were really scared, because at the time, this time last year, you don't even know how I couldn't stand here without a mask. You know, you don't even know where you're going to get the COVID-19 from, whether it was from home, whether it was from office or school or supermarket. So it was time for us. We became a counselor to people. And if anybody didn't know anything about medicine, it raised their awareness, their awareness in terms of, the immune status, just generally eating properly, nutrition and all that. We became very important in the lives of most of our customers. Of course, in all of my 28 years, so I told you I was 26 when I started MedPlus, and I've been running for 28 years. You can figure out how old I am very quickly. And in all of my 28 years, I think last year I really felt very fulfilled. I know there are other areas of pharmacy, but that's what I've done for so long. And I know there are other lucrative areas in pharmacy. So today I want to encourage you as you graduate to please be brave. Be brave, be bold, be resilient. When I say be brave, ask questions. Be very curious, be inquisitive. Have some sort of research. I'm constantly researching. I can tell people when I started the MedPlus, there was no big change in pharmacy at the time. I had to teach myself a lot of things. I had to research. And I think it's a good quality to know how to research. It doesn't even have to be in pharmacy. It can be in politics or fashion. I see a lot of fashionable young ladies here and men. It can be in health. You might want to, what is it about COVID that it even attacks particular people worse than some people? What is this thing they call immunity? Why are some people able to withstand some of these things? So be very curious. I want you to even challenge some of the assumptions that you've always had, as you go along in life. Today is a very special day for you. I told you I want you to be very, very bold, okay? 72 stores in Nigeria, where we have 200 million people, is like scratching the tip of something. I want many more people in community pharmacy. I know they already had pharmacy. Okay, my dad had even died. I lost my dad quite early, and I think for me that was a big push, because I had this almost like an insecurity. I always thought, where will I start from? All these people, they already have 1 or 2 shops or something like that. In fact, those people are not even practicing pharmacy anymore. So don't let anything be your inhibition. Please, step out, be curious, take the world on, all right? Have something you're researching, question everything. Why are they doing it this way? Technology is big now, you cannot tell. If you put technology into anything, it changes the face of the business. I really want to encourage you today to also be, to be patient, because I know when these things come, you might feel overwhelmed, or sometimes even feel confused in what you're doing. Never give up. When people ask me, my oldest son is 29 years old, and I say, how did you stay that long? If I owned this business, I would have sold it 3 times, 4 times, I know all of you are millennials here, it's part of you. They don't understand staying power, being able to weather the storm, being able to persevere. That's my word for today. That's the key word I want to bring up. It came out too long. Perseverance. It's so important. I think for me, if you ask me what my key success stories were, it's just being able to persevere. There is nothing that hasn't happened. 3 years into my story with MedPlus, I lost an entire store. The store burnt down, and I didn't have insurance. That alone could have killed me or kind of defied, what I was going through. But I didn't let that stop me. I keep saying to myself, safe again, let's go. Safe again, let's go. That's the word I really like. Always be focused. Do not let anything deter you. Do not, there's this growth mindset. This growth mindset that talks about, I think it's even my 18-year-old daughter that taught me that, where if you put your effort, and you're persistent, you can reach anything. This is not even about talent anymore. We're not talking about talent. We're talking about effort and persistence. Okay? With effort, persistence, and resilience, in fact, for me, that's the definition of resilience. There is nothing you cannot achieve. I see a lot of faces here. I'm almost guessing the class. I see almost more women than men. Am I right? Yeah? Is it a 60-40 class? 60% females. Okay, let me see all the hands of the females. Please raise up your hand. Okay, so the men are more than. And let's see the hands of the men. We have one man. In my own days, there were more women than men. But it's all good. I know today is a very special day for you guys today. Some of you probably even get married to each other. Do we have any couples in the, Where are the couples? I can't hear you. You're laughing. Or some of you would even move on to marry other people in different faculties. But whatever the situation may be, I want to wish you good luck. I want to wish you success in everything you do. I want you to be very aware of what is in your surroundings. And I want to encourage you to, pick up, stand up to any challenge that comes before your way. I told you about research, how, just researching things and looking for information. With my own children, I have 5 children, by the way. All I've been able to teach them is just the ability to look for information, to research anything. If you have that ability, there is nothing you cannot achieve. And I believe in all of your abilities to be able to rise up to the challenge, to engage your curiosity, to engage one another, to engage with Nigeria. I know I have a few politicians here. 2023 is round the corner. Who is going to contest? And where are we going to contest from? Who is going to win? Are we going to carry on like this? I know this is not meant to be a political speech, but I must mention that, okay? We need more pharmacists in that political space, okay? Because we need to make a difference. And some of the policies that they're putting in place kind of affect us. So, man or woman, east or west, they keep talking of zoning. I believe in letting the best man win at any time. So don't fear. Do your research on politics. See where you can start. And most times, it's always good to start small. Don't think it's small beginnings. When I started with, just a little money. Okay, I had paid my rent for my shop. In fact, after I paid the rent, I didn't have any more money. And at the time, my husband used to come into the store and he would see that I will have few drugs, but I have a lot of empty packets. Who knows what they call empty packets? When you put empty packets on the shelf. Does anybody know what that's called? It's called display. I tell my husband it is display. He said, what are you doing with empty packets? I'm like, that's display. So you make everything look full and big. I thank God that now I don't have to do all that. But really at the beginning, that is how it was. And there is no magic wand. If I could do it, I told you my dad died very early, so I didn't have, my mom was around, but I didn't really have that father figure to look up to. So, and people that even had dads, I thought they were going to do better than I did. But it ends up that, all of those things, they matter a little, but you are the one that can make a difference in every single thing you do. You must never give up. You must always put your effort, okay? And sometimes when, those challenges will come, I'm not cussing you out, but they come eventually. And when they do come, I want you to remember me. Remember what I tell you today. That as they came, they will go. As quickly as they come, they will also go. So don't let that, don't even let that deflect you or discourage you from what you have set, your mind to do. I want you to stay calm, and I want you to have that fierce determination in everything that you set, your mind to do. And more importantly, I want you to go out there and just change the world. Change the world. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we can do better. We can do better. Graduates, Thank you very much, man. God bless you, man. Now we are gradually coming to the reason why we are here. Before that time, I'd like to recognize the presence of some persons very important to us. We'd like to recognize the presence of the former head of department, pharmacy, University of Benin Teaching Hospital, the person of Dr. Mrs. Caroline Olumesi. Can we recognize our presence? Thank you very much, Ba. Now, we also want to recognize the presence of the head of department, Pharmacology, whose son is also one of the graduates. The person of Dr. Mrs. Josephine Ofemo. Now I want to bring to the high table the Dean of the Faculty of Arts, the former ASU Chairman, University of Benin, and also a Zonal Coordinator, the person of Professor Austin Moyi, the Dean, Faculty of Arts. Please, sir, come to the high table, sir. The Dean has requested that you come to the high table. It will interest you to know that he is also the chairman of the subcommittee that oversees the results of pharmacy students from 100 level to 500 level. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Now, also to the high table, we want to invite a chief, a high-ranking chief in Benin, the person of Chief Ejionwe Olia, the Olia of Benin Kingdom. Please, can we give him a round of applause and also usher him to the high table? You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Now we are going to be inviting the #1 pharmacist in Nigeria, the Registrar Pharmacist Council of Nigeria, for his opening remark, the person of Dr. N.A.E. Mohammed. Please, let's give him a round of applause.
Hello. Please, can you tell the latecomers to come in? Let them go and stand at the back. Hello, Zonal Director. They should stand at the back of their colleagues. I pray they don't get late to heaven. Don't let them sit down. Let them stand at the back of their colleagues. So that when they give them instruction, they will know how to obey simple instructions. Because they are coming into a profession of discipline. Because I cannot imagine you at the hospital in charge of the emergency drugs, and the patient is rushed in only for them to say you have not resumed. When you are supposed to resume by 8 o'clock, you are still at home watching AIT. Do it with some dignity. I didn't say you should start making noise, because there's still opportunity for me to return you back to your school.
I didn't say you should sit. The man at the extreme left. I said stand. Photographer, please give us some time, because this is a solemn period. If not because of the intervention of the management, I would have made you to come to Abuja to take your oath. And you must not take flights, you go by road. And whatever you see on the road, you thank your God. Are we ready? Because I'm still looking at some of you. If you are not ready, then you have to go out. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Mrs. L.I. Salami, ably represented by a member of Council and former Dean of Basic Medical Sciences, Professor Mrs. Maureen Ibowu. The keynote address speaker, the Dean Faculty of Pharmacy, Fellows of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, please permit me to stand on the already established protocols in order to save time. It is my pleasure once again to be here and to congratulate and felicitate with the whole university community, Faculty of Pharmacy and the graduates on this occasion of the induction and note-taking ceremony of 143 graduates of Bachelor of Pharmacy degree from the University of Benin, Benin City. These promising young ladies and gentlemen who are gathered here today have just completed the first phase of their training as professionals and are now fit to compete favorably with their colleagues in all areas of practice for services to humanity and also to God. It may be of great interest to note that there are no limitations to where each of you can get to in life. The second phase of your pharmacy training starts with the 1-year statutory internship program, which is compulsory for all pharmacists in Nigeria, including those trained abroad without evidence of licensure in their countries of practice. The internship training program must be undertaken in all PCN accredited internship training institutions, of which we have over 250 across the country, and enjoy you all to take this 1 year very seriously, as there may not be opportunities to make up for any time wasted. I know some of you are always looking for the federal government institutions where you think the salary is higher. I want to plead with you that this 1 year is an extension of your academic training, and you should not waste time. And wherever you have the opportunity to do your internship, please make do of it. Make do with it. In the world where change is just about the golden constant phenomenon, the Pharmacists Council of Nigeria is quite aware of the challenges posed to pharmacists by the dynamics of practice. We are also aware of the technological advancement in the world, increased disease burdens pursuant to the foregoing. The PCN has institutionalized the Continued Professional Development Program to ensure continued relevance of pharmacists in the scheme of events, the health sector, and government in general. It is worthy to note that pharmacist competence is not only about knowledge and skills. Competency should include critical thinking and decision-making, innovation, social interaction, development, leadership skills, and interprofessional relationships. This is the third and lifelong phase of pharmacy training, and as a lifelong learning process based on the 8-star concept of WHO, this indeed is the ticket to the school of life. And you should also note that the patients we have these days are digital patients. They are not like the patients of our fathers and some of us. You should know that most patients, before they come to the hospital, clinic, or pharmacy, they must have Googled the state of their health, and they have certain information at the tip of their fingers. So it will be embarrassing for a patient to be telling you what you're supposed to know. So please be up and doing in knowledge acquisition, so that you should always be at the top of the game all the time. I wish to inform the graduates that you are expected to pass your pre-registration examination for pharmacists after your internship to be eligible to practice in Nigeria. Consequently, you are advised to take your internship training seriously, as PEP is based on internship experience. It is usually held twice yearly, March and October. I wish to use this opportunity to appeal to our graduates to see the PEP as a quality assurance tool to strengthen our standards in line with global best practices. It's not that we don't have confidence in what you have acquired in school. We only want to test if you cannot be released into the society as a qualified pharmacist. I'm not going to take you through all the practicals that you went through. Neither are we going to ask you to identify trichomes or start preparing emotions. But if you have been able to identify trichomes in your school time, I'm quite sure and believe that there's no problem you cannot overcome. But if you have not, and you know within you did not, then you have a long life to live on. So please be very much cognizant of the environment and your practice, so that you will not be left behind. The funding program, as approved by NUC, is receiving support from the University Senate of approved Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences in most universities in Nigeria. So I'm pleading to the leadership and management of the university to please help us to hasten the NUC accreditation, so that University of Benin will come back to life as the #1 university for the PharmD program. As pharmacists, you are expected to get yourself acquitted with the code of professional ethics. It makes you different from any other graduate. You will have graduates and have professional graduates. So you cannot just equate yourself to any other graduate. And that's why I was so unhappy. After most people are seated, your vice chancellor has seated, your dean has seated, some of you are just strolling in as if nothing concerns you. I'm telling you now that you are entering into a profession of discipline, because you are going to interface with other healthcare providers to bring back good health to Nigerians. You are the last person at the line of healthcare. The patient will come to the hospital, they will do lab tests, goes to the physician for prescription. You are the last person to give them drugs. It is what you may do at that point of departure of that individual from the health facility that will determine the right drug. How is he or she going to use it? If he or she knows how to use it, what are those things she's going to encounter with? Any mistake at that point in time will destroy every other thing that other healthcare workers have done. And I'm sure the others have done, it will end up taking drugs. When the appropriate medicines are not given, then there's going to be problem to the patient, problem in terms of the belief the patient will have on that facility, and even problem to the practitioners. So please, you are coming into a profession and there are ethics, and those ethics must be obeyed. And these ethics prescribe your professional and moral responsibility to the patient, to your pharmacist colleague, other healthcare professionals, your employers, and the general public, among others. Strict compliance to the code of ethics is indispensable for the practice of pharmacy profession. The council frowns at the professional misconduct in its entirety, so any form of misconduct by any pharmacist is usually investigated by the Pharmacy Council of Nigeria Investigative Panel, and if the pharmacist has a case to answer, he or she is referred to the disciplinary tribunal, which has the status of a federal high court in Nigeria. Sentences such as removal of the pharmacist's name from the pharmaceutical registry for a given period could be passed. By next week, 3 of our colleagues will be facing the disciplinary tribunal. Definitely, if they are found guilty, their name will be taken off from that pharmacists in Nigeria. And it depends. It could be 10 years, it could be 5 years, it could be 2 or 3 years, depending on the strength of the case. And if there's any criminal case attached to it, we'll hand him or her to the appropriate security agent. And if the person is so lucky that after the sentence, the board of the council is not in place, that person will perpetually remain suspended. So please don't toy with your license, and don't toy with the profession. Also, you are expected to keep up from the register and go syndrome, which has tarnished the image of pharmacists and has brought the profession to ridicule. Always bear in mind that things take time, and do all in your power to uphold the ethics of the profession at all times. Pharmacy is a noble profession that guarantees opportunities for new graduates to have great prospects of practicing in different fields, such as industries, community practice, hospital practice, administration, research, academia, and other human endeavors, such as information technology, journalism, publishing, and indeed governance. With this, you have huge options to select from. In doing this, do not undermine the activities of your colleagues. The pharmacy practice is collaborative. You can excel in each of these areas of life. So your PharmD or BPharm is a step into your life journey. As you progress in life, those inherent qualities of yours will start manifesting. And as you are progressing, those inherent characteristics of yours will start putting you in places of relevance. So you must take time in your progression. Yes, some of you are graduated as pharmacists, but at the end of the day, some of you may become managing director of banks, which currently the GTB Bank, we all know that the MD is a pharmacist. And why is she there? Because she has been trained as a pharmacist, and you have been exposed to a lot of things that have wired you in such a way and manner that you can fit in any areas of life. We all know what we have gone through in school. So I still continue to say, even when I was in medical class, if you can identify trichomes in the lab, you can overcome any problem in life. True or false? So if you know you did not identify trichome in your school time, you better go back and go and learn the techniques of identifying trichomes so that life will be easy for you. Most of us went through it. So what am I trying to say? After going through pharmaceutics practicals, pharmachem practicals, clinical pharmacy, pharmacognosy, pharmacro, and what have you, and there's any other thing that is difficult to you in life, then you must be a lazy person. So what am I telling you? You can fit in anywhere in life and make the best use of it. So be courageous, go forth, tell them that you are a pharmacist. As a pharmacist, you can be a general in the army. As a pharmacist, you can be a governor. As a pharmacist, there is nothing that will be too difficult for you from experience. I don't need to list out all pharmacists that are excelling in every area of life, both inside in the country, Nigeria, and outside. I have their register, I have all their names. But if I start talking about it today, we will not live here. So be bold, go forth, and I'm sure you can excel in each of these areas of life. I wish to state categorically that pharmacists today remain legally responsible for the safe and accurate dispensing of medication, most especially ethical medicines. An additional responsibility as an integral member of healthcare team to educate, monitor, and care for patients. Be rest assured that legally, the dispensing of any medication, any medicine, most especially ethical medicines, you are liable, you are responsible. If there is any issue that should come up in course of dispensing that drugs, it's not the CMD they are going to look for, it's not the owner of the hospital or clinic, it is you, the pharmacist, who is in that facility that is responsible by law. There will be no excuse that I went to bank. There's no excuse that I was not there, or the CMD said I should do this, or do this, or do that. I dispense it according to the prescription. The dispensing of medicines, mostly ethical medicines, is still legally, you are still responsible as of today. Anything that comes out of it is you that will face the consequences. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? I know when you are saying the truth, some people keep quiet. Better get it right as you step out today. The present state of our country with the advent of coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic demands that precautionary measures must be employed to ensure that the spread of the virus is curtailed. You are attest with me that the struggle to combat COVID-19 has remained a global emergency. As pharmacists and frontline health workers, you all are expected to be at the front line offering professional advice to people on how to observe all the necessary precautionary measures. Furthermore, you are also expected to collaborate with the government to curtail the spread and work assiduously towards ensuring that Nigeria and indeed the world has satisfied COVID-19. Every little contribution you make in your various practice areas will definitely impact combating the virus. With the development and approval of vaccines across the globe, the need for Nigerian pharmacists to be involved in vaccine storage and administration cannot be overemphasized. I therefore urge you all to seek and acquire the necessary certification that will position you to do it when the government approves such. In faraway countries like USA, pharmacists are actually involved in vaccine storage and administration. I encourage you to explore the research aspect of pharmacy practice, as this area has become the focal point, bearing in mind the urgent need to develop effective drugs and vaccines for COVID-19. Therefore, I wish to encourage all to join hands with the federal government to work towards achieving the above objectives. I congratulate you all once again on this occasion of admission into the practice of pharmacy profession. Your oath taking an induction into the profession today does not set you free from further guidance by your parents and your lecturers. The oversight responsibility will still be much needed to guide you through the second and lifelong phase of your pharmacy training as well as the school of life. Right now, you are leaving the school of training into the school of life. Yes, you are not grown-up gentlemen and ladies, but however, I want to appeal to you that you must still remember to listen to your parents and your teachers, because they have gone through this process of life, and I don't expect you to reinvent the wheel. And there is no amount of money you think you have acquired that will make you have more wisdom than your parents. They see more sunshine than you, they have more rats than you, and they have experienced more life than you do. So please always refer back to them so that you'll be properly guided in the school of life. As an advice to the new graduates, as I always say, do not fill your career with abandoned projects. Make purposeful change in life to complete your experience. Be focused on your targets and wait patiently for your time. So if you know you are academically inclined, please, this is the time you start dusting your books and going for your master's and your PhD. So that you won't regret after 15 years or so, and you start coming back to school to meet your juniors as professors. And when they start giving you instruction, you start telling them, I don't blame you. So please start blaming yourself now. Start blaming yourself, start focusing, start telling yourself the truth. Because this money you think you are running after, I pray the money doesn't run after you. You have to be mindful of your services to humanity. We all have a role to play in this life. Undermine what is not going to be all. We all met these things in this world. The Yoruba adage we say, Ayelaba, Ayela, Peaceless. We are meeting all these things in this world and we are going to leave them one day. So what do you want to do with your life? You are there to serve humanity. You are there to make life meaningful to your fellow human being. So you have to be mindful of whatever you do, whatever you say. You are supposed to contribute to the growth of humanity. You are not supposed to create problems to humanity. So you are there to go and ensure there are no fake drugs in the system. You are there to ensure that proper drugs medication are given out. Please, you are going out as soldiers to fight the disease to ensure better life for our people. This I expect from you. You must have it at the back of your mind. As you contribute to humanity, humanity will pay back. What people are looking at for are integrity and service. When you render service, you will definitely get your money that will keep you alive. That's the natural law. So please have that at the back of your mind. I wish to say that it is our living hope that you will have a memorable and mutually satisfying practice lifetime. You are welcome to our world. You are welcome to the world of prophecy. Thank you and God bless you.
This is a round of applause for our registrar. Thank you very much, sir. Please, we can have a seat. Now we'll be inviting the Dean, the Faculty of Pharmacy, to present the graduating class, or the graduates, to the Registrar, Pharmacists Council of Nigeria.
Registrar, sir, I present to you Registrar, sir, I present to you one of the three graduates from Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Benin.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dean. Do we all have the pharmacist code? That is your first contact with Pharmacists Council of Nigeria. If you don't have the pharmacist code, please raise up your hand. No, you are still not yet our colleagues, so I cannot address you as colleagues. So if you don't do what I say you should do, I still have the audacity to send you back to the school and hand you over to your team. Do we have it? Photographer, please, can we have a minute or two? You have a abundant time to take photographs. This is a serious business. If there is any of our sisters who have been blessed, I don't want more than one person standing. So if you are 2 or 3, better sit down now and relax. Otherwise, please stand and have your oath with you. So wherever you say I, you are going to put your name. And you will repeat after me. When you have I, you put your name. Am I communicating? I'm not hearing you. Okay. Are we set? We are set. Say yes, we are set. Okay. You recite after me. As a pharmacist, hello. This is your final exam to transit you from the school of training to the school of life. If you fail it, you go back to the school of training. If you pass, you follow us into the school of life. Am I communicating? Photographer, please don't distract them. As a pharmacist, hello. You see, they are so excited that they have forgotten their names. So please speak out. Okay? Don't think of the rice you want to eat. Don't look at your parents. But just feel relaxed and follow me. This is the last time, okay? As a pharmacist, hello, leave them alone. Please, leave them alone. It's not easy to be a pharmacist. You know, some of them are recounting what they have gone through in school. And I can see some of their eyes looking to my right. So let's take it easy, let's move on. Time is not our side so that the dignitaries can go back to their various places. As a pharmacist, I vow to serve humanity and to support my profession's ideas and commitment. I shall be guided in all dimensions of my life by the highest standards of human conduct, and accordingly we perform my services and duties with devotion, dignity, discretion, and honor. I shall apply the full measure of my knowledge, skills, and abilities to improving the health and well-being of all those I serve, and place their needs above my personal interests and considerations. I shall treat all those I serve equally, fairly, and with respect, regardless of gender, race, religion, culture, or political beliefs. I shall protect the confidentiality of personal and health information entrusted to me. I shall maintain and improve my personal knowledge and competence throughout my career. I shall support the advancement of knowledge, skills, and standards of practice in pharmacy. I shall be committed to nurture the future members of my profession. I shall use all opportunities to develop collaborative practice with all healthcare professionals in my environment. I shall not use my knowledge of drugs, diseases, and medicines to cause injury to humanity. I shall sustain my dignity and respect for human life in course of my practice. In taking this oath, I honor those who have supported my development as a pharmacist and commit myself never to act in a manner that is contrary to these vows. It is with solemnity and honor that I freely and publicly take this oath. So help me God. Please, can you have your seat, my dear colleagues? I hope you know you are no longer a student. Therefore, there's some level of conduct, some level of decorum that is expected of you. The way you sit, the way you talk, the way you react. My colleague standing, can you have your seat now? Next time, don't come late. I pray you don't get late to your salvation. Don't get late to heaven. Okay, can we have our seat, please? Sitting down does not make noise. It is customary for us to always give a token to the best graduating students in every faculty of pharmacy or pharmaceutical sciences in the various universities in the country. And it is my pleasure and honor. We normally give a plaque that he or she will hang on the wall to always remember. And we have a set of books. I should tell the young man or lady that probably his destiny lies. And then we have an envelope containing cash which I must not disclose for security reasons. And you need to be protected. So it is on that note, on behalf of the management of Pharmacy Council of Nigeria, to call on pharmacist Henry Mabano as the best graduating pharmacy student in University of Benin 2019-2020 academic session. So I'll call on the parents, the Vice Chancellor, the Dean, keynote address speaker. Hello? Who is that pharmacist throwing money? Come, please. Call him for me. I've just told you you are a professional. You are not in the village meeting or village occasion that start throwing the naira of Nigeria on someone on the floor and they are matching it. In my presence, collect the certificate.
Who your God?
No, that's very, very wrong. I just told you you're a professional. You're not just an ordinary graduate. Can we call the parents of the you can go. Can we call the parents of the graduates, the dean, the vice chancellor, representative, and those on the IT to just join us?
Let's graduate students. Let's go.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, our registrar. Now we'll be giving awards to our Honorable Vice Chancellor. Now this award goes to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor L.I. Salami, ably represented by Professor Ebonyi, the former Dean of Basic Medical Sciences, a member of Council. To present this award to our Vice Chancellor will be our Registrar of Pharmacists Council of Nigeria. Can we give a round of applause? Chukwuneye